The BA-64 entered service in 1942 as a light, agile scout car built on a Jeep chassis. It was the Soviet Union's most common wheeled armored vehicle during the Second World War. Its sloping armor was a clever design for the time, intended to deflect small arms fire despite its very light weight. While it wasn't meant for heavy combat, its small size made it perfect for reconnaissance and carrying messages across rough terrain. It was often fitted with a single machine gun in an open turret. Following the war, the BTR-40 was introduced in 1950 to provide a dedicated transport for infantry. Based on a truck chassis, it looked a bit like the American scout cars of the era. It featured an open-top troop compartment, which made it easy for soldiers to jump out quickly, but left them exposed to overhead fire or grenades. Designers focused on making it rugged and easy to maintain, utilizing many standard automotive parts. It could carry 8 soldiers and was a staple of Soviet motorized units for years. Arriving the same year as the BTR-40, the BTR-152 was a much larger 6x6 vehicle. It was essentially a heavily armored truck designed to keep pace with tanks. Because of its long wheelbase and 6 wheels, it had much better off-road performance than its predecessors. Early versions were also open-topped, but later models added a roof to protect the occupants from shrapnel. It was an incredibly versatile platform, used as a command vehicle, an ambulance, and even as a mobile anti-aircraft platform with twin heavy machine guns. By 1959, the BTR-60 changed everything with its unique 8-wheel drive system. This was the first in a long line of iconic Soviet 8x8 carriers. It was fully amphibious, using water jets to swim across rivers without needing a bridge. The hull was boat-shaped to help it float, and the engines were placed in the rear to improve balance. While the first models were open, the later PB version added a fully enclosed turret. It allowed Soviet troops to move fast and cross water obstacles during a rapid advance. In 1972, the BTR-70 was rolled out as an upgrade to the earlier 8x8 design. The biggest change was the engine setup. It actually used 2 separate gasoline engines. While this provided plenty of power, it also made maintenance quite a headache for the mechanics. Engineers added small triangular hatches between the wheels to make it easier for the infantry to get in and out while the vehicle was moving. It carried a heavy 14.5mm machine gun in the turret, giving it enough firepower to deal with light enemy vehicles. The BTR-80, entering service in 1984, corrected many of the flaws seen in earlier models. The most important update was switching from dual gasoline engines to a single, more reliable diesel engine. It also featured a much larger, 2-part side door that allowed soldiers to exit much more safely and quickly while under fire. The turret was improved to allow the machine gun to aim much higher, which was essential for fighting in mountainous regions or urban environments. This model remains one of the most widely used APCs in the world today. In 1994, the BTR-90 was unveiled as a larger, much more powerful version of the 8x8 family. It was nicknamed the Sprout and was designed to carry the turret of a BMP-2, which included a 30mm autocannon and anti-tank missiles. The armor was much thicker, and it had a unique transmission that allowed it to turn on the spot like a tank. Despite being a highly capable machine, it was never mass-produced for the Russian army because of its high cost and the shifting needs of the military during that era. The BPM-97, also known as the Vistral, was developed in 1999 specifically for the Russian border guards. It's a 4x4 armored truck built on a standard KAMAZ chassis, which makes it much cheaper to build and run than a traditional APC. Its hull is V-shaped to help protect the crew from landmines and roadside bombs. While it's not meant for the front lines of a heavy tank battle, it's perfect for patrolling long borders or escorting convoys. It can be fitted with various turrets, ranging from simple machine guns to grenade launchers. The Giaz Tiger entered service in 2006 and quickly became the Russian equivalent of the American Humvee. It is a highly mobile 4x4 vehicle designed to carry personnel through rough terrain and urban settings. It's built to be tough enough to handle everything from police work to special forces operations. The armor is thick enough to stop small arms fire and shrapnel, and the interior is surprisingly spacious for its size. Over the years, dozens of different versions have been built, including some armed with remote-controlled weapons or anti-tank missiles. In 2011, the BTR-82A was introduced as a major modernization of the aging BTR-80 fleet. The most obvious change is the massive 30mm autocannon sitting in a stabilized turret. This gives the vehicle the firepower to take on other armored vehicles and even low-flying aircraft. Inside, the designers added better seating and spall liners to protect the crew if the hull is hit. It also features modern thermal sights and navigation systems, making it a much more effective fighter in night combat or bad weather compared to the older versions. The SBA-60K2 Bulat was first seen around 2012 and represents a move toward larger, truck-based armored carriers. It is a 6x6 vehicle built on the KAMAZ 5350 chassis, designed to transport a full squad of 10 soldiers in relative safety. It was developed to be a simpler and more cost-effective alternative to the high-tech Typhoon series. The Bulat is mainly used by internal troops and security forces for patrol and transport duties. It features modular armor plates and can be fitted with various protective kits depending on the threat level of the mission. The KAMAZ Typhoon K joined the military in 2014 as part of a new generation of mine-resistant vehicles. This massive 6x6 machine is built like a fortress, with ceramic and steel armor designed to survive heavy explosions under its wheels. The cabin and troop compartment are separated, and the soldiers sit in specialized seats that absorb the shock of a blast. It is packed with high-tech features, like cameras for all-around visibility and a central tire inflation system. It's primarily used to safely move infantry through areas where mines and ambushes are a constant threat. Also debuting in 2014 was the Ural Typhoon U, which offers a different take on the mine-resistant truck. Unlike the flat-fronted KAMAZ version, the Ural has a traditional truck bonnet or hood, with the engine sitting out in front of the driver. This layout offers a bit of extra protection if a mine goes off under the front axle. It's a modular vehicle, meaning the back section can be swapped out to carry cargo, equipment, or an entire squad of troops. It's incredibly tough and was designed to share many common parts with other Russian military trucks. The Boomerang, first shown in 2015, is the most radical departure from traditional Russian 8x8 designs. For decades, Russian APCs had the engine in the back, but the Boomerang puts it in the front. This allows for a large ramp in the rear, so soldiers can enter and exit the vehicle much more naturally, just like Western armored carriers. It is a digital age platform featuring remote-controlled turrets and advanced sensors. It's designed to be the foundation for an entire family of vehicles, ranging from basic transporters to heavy-hitting infantry fighting vehicles. Finally, we have the Typhoon VDV, which entered service in 2018 for the Russian paratroopers. This 4x4 armored car is unique because it is designed to be dropped from a plane using a parachute system. Despite its compact size, it packs a serious punch with a 30mm autocannon mounted in a remote turret on the roof. It combines the protection of a mine-resistant truck with the firepower of a much larger vehicle. It's intended to give airborne units immediate mobility and high fire support the second they hit the ground in enemy territory.